got the love, she coming through. She's a 9 and 2. I try to fuck no rule with the 5. Just put our differences to the side. Let's go. You get a nigga like me, don't highlight. I got the love, she coming through tonight. And fuck no rule with the 5. Put our differences to the side. To the side. I raised you up, don't you lie. I'm not a hustler, I'm out the way. I'm out the way. No bitch, but don't even.
Hello, good afternoon if you are in California like me or on the West Coast. Good evening if you're anywhere else. Good morning if you're across the planet. I am Mrs. Best. Welcome to the channel. I am here to recap the latest episode of Love After Lockup. That would be season 5, episode 8, titled Where is the Lie? Or Here Comes the Lie. Not Where is the Lie? Here Comes the Lie. Apologies, you guys. I was supposed to go live yesterday. I do normally do recaps on Saturdays. However, it was a little busy with graduating college, finishing paperwork. So I had to figure some things out. But we are going to hop right on into our recap. The episode, for those who want to know how we do it on this channel, I will go over each couple and I will just discuss what happened with each couple throughout the episode because it's just easier for my little brain that way. So let's get into it. But before we get into it, for those wondering my background, if you can see it, can you see it? You can kind of see it. It is Tenderly Manifested, which is an EP that will be out on November 17th. My spouse, Oh So Best, and our good friend B Money Be Manifested, who's a talented rapper, they have an EP. So this will be the cover art for that EP. If you see it on Spotify, Apple Music, all your platforms, give it a listen. You know, always support your loved ones too. So the first couple we're going to go over is Chelsea and Mikey. Chelsea and Mikey are interesting because he is going deaf and she is deaf. So a lot of their communication is American Sign Language, which thank God they provide subtitles, because if the wetv producers, aka their call center, as my good friend James Jackson calls it, if they didn't have those subtitles, I wouldn't know what the hell they're saying. I don't know sign language. I don't know really any of it. I know thank you, the clapping. I don't know a lot. I don't. My sister knows a lot. I don't. Anywho, we see in the last episode that Chelsea has an attitude. She's really, really immature. She lacks emotional maturity, like as a whole. And I don't want to say too much bad about Chelsea because she's not that bad compared to the other people on this fucking cast. But, you know, it looks like when she gets frustrated, she goes to the place of like a spoiled, privileged, like brat that's like 15. She lacks emotional maturity for a woman her age and for someone who's a parent. I'm like, if you have no coping skills, Chelsea, what are you teaching your kids? So, anywho, she comes back. We see her leave Mikey because he said he wanted some air and they're trying to sign to each other. And he's like, you know, you seem to have an attitude about every little thing and that's annoying to be around. So Mikey's got out the car. He said, I need some air. I don't really want to be around you while you like this. So she throwing her hands up in the air and drives off. So then she eventually does come back and she does pick him up. And it's good that she did because I did not know. I might have missed this in the last episode because so much happens with these couples, but I did not realize that they were on their way to see Mikey's daughter. I didn't know Mikey had a daughter. They haven't said much about it. Chelsea kind of just talks about herself. My light is so bright. There we go. I had to turn the little ring light down. It was making me look like a glow, and I don't have makeup on or none of that. I don't want to look like that, y'all. Anywho, but yes, Mikey has a daughter, and he's ready to see her, and Chelsea is too much. He says that her attitude gives him anxiety, and I was glad that he spoke that because her attitude gives me anxiety through the screen. It's just really stressful to watch somebody behave like that, like through the screen for so long. It's like you're an adult and you have kids. Like if you have kids, grow up. You can't throw a fit and go off every time something doesn't go your way, Chelsea. Like relax. Anywho, his daughter is 8 years old, and Chelsea mentions on the way, and please excuse me because y'all know on my channel, I don't really care too much for like YouTube's monetization policies. I just want to like talk about the shows I like, so I don't have time with the no cursing and all of that. But watching Chelsea talk about how this is the first man she's dated with a kid as if it's a big deal when this bitch has kids herself, multiple with different people. It's like, can you really judge that? Now, if you're someone who doesn't have kids and you're like, I never dated nobody with a kid before, then fine, I can understand that. But you have children, so you're comfortable around children. You have a bunch of kids by a bunch of different people. He's got one with somebody who we find out he was with for a good amount of time. So I'm like, Chelsea, you really don't have the space to trip on him having kids when you a baby mama to a couple people. And nothing's wrong with being a baby mama, but it's just like, if you are, you probably shouldn't judge others who are not. Just saying. So Chelsea, she's a cold piece of work. Apologies, I'm looking at my note. I don't want to get off track. So he does ask Chelsea how she feels about coming. And as always, that comment she made about him being the first person she's dated with kids, of course, she says it to the confessional. She doesn't say it to him because she lacks emotional maturity and communication skills. I'm telling y'all, Chelsea is a child in an adult's body. Like, but she's a child of mine, I'm trying to tell you. And that has nothing to do with being deaf. She's just immature. That doesn't impact that. So basically, he asks Chelsea how she feels about coming inside when he gets there to see his daughter. And she said no. And I thought that was weird, considering the fact you want to be with this man. This is his daughter. You want to be together. Why wouldn't you want to meet his child? Especially in the rare instances where the baby mama is not tripping. She's not rude. She's not crazy. She's not tripping. I mean, look at Sheree and Anthony, the other couple on the show. This bitch is throwing a whole party just to show her baby daddy her current dude. And it's like, honey, you got him out of the jail. There's nothing that you can say to make this a better thing. Apologies if y'all hear my heater. It is freezing. It was raining and stuff. I don't know what's going on with the weather. I guess that makes sense for November though. Anywho, his daughter seems really happy to see him. So obviously Mikey's maintained a good relationship with her, which makes me happy to see. Just because your parents go to jail. My dad went to jail a lot, but I maintained a closeness with him. He always called. He always wrote us. And when he was free, he was always with us. So, you know, that's how it works. Anywho, he checks his daughter's height and all of those things. So that goes well. And then he goes out to tell Chelsea, you know, how big his daughter is and how he wants her to come in. And honestly, she was a fucking asshole, per usual. Chelsea is a little narcissistic. She likes to make shit about herself because I just don't understand how she keeps using the excuse of never dating someone with kids as the reason for not seeing his kid. What I think is happening with a lot of the people who were not on Lockup in the show, the person waiting on the outside, Andy, Chelsea, who else? Joy Nomi, Melissa. I feel like all of these women, at first I was like, maybe they're insecure. And online, I see a lot of people like, oh, you know, attacking like, you know, physical material things like weight, makeup, style, shit like that as to why they are going and looking into jail. I think these people are all extremely controlling and narcissistic as hell. Because if you want to be with someone and make it work, like let's say they really are desperate for a relationship to where they're going to go look for somebody in the damn jail. You got to think like these people have kids and families that they probably expect to be easy to get to know, but they're not worried about that. These couples, well, at least Chelsea's not. It's like, how the fuck you get with somebody, you know, he got a daughter, and you as a mom don't want to meet the daughter and have an issue with that. Okay, you never dated somebody who has a kid. You don't gotta like take the girl home with you. You're gonna say hi for a few seconds and then take him with you back to Ohio, which is a shitty place to be. Sorry, y'all. No shade to Ohio, but no, I wouldn't want to live there. But yeah, I don't know. Chelsea's just kind of an asshole. So eventually she does go inside, and I was happy to see that Chelsea was willing to go inside. But I had to say, Chelsea, how do you think single men feel dating you outside of Mikey? They probably feel a way about you having kids too, girl. You can't freak out. He has a child. Luckily, he just has one. Luckily, she's young. There's peace within the baby mama situation. So it's like, Chelsea, all you have to really do is be with him and occasionally have his kids there. I don't see the problem. She's just making problems. It's almost like she wants to push him away. I don't get it. I also don't get the no sex thing. I respect it if you want to be celibate. Like, I didn't have sex with anybody till I met my husband. I didn't want to. It's like, so I respect what she's doing, but it's like, girl, be honest. So she's just a disaster. So we find out that his daughter can sign a little bit. She was communicating a little bit in sign language because Mikey does have a hearing aid and he is going deaf in one of his ears. And they ended up, getting ready to go, and Chelsea was freaking out about the baby mama, and the baby mama wasn't tripping. So I don't know. Chelsea, it looks like she's the type of person who likes to blame her past traumas and the things that happened in life for why she's a certain way. And as a psychology graduate, class of 2023, I just graduated college, and as a person who's just worked on themselves, been to therapy, I think it's like important to look beyond, your trauma. Like, while it does shape us and cause us to be a certain way, we can't use our pain or trauma as an excuse to behave in a way that is rude or could cause someone else pain or trauma. That whole treat each other how we want to be respected. And I've been through some shit. I can't treat people a certain way just because I've been through something. And I know that's really hard when people are dating, but it's like, people like Chelsea, if you can identify the fact that you're this way because of the past, then that means that you also know what you need to do or have the tools or the bandwidth to at least attempt to make it better in the present. So I'm tired of Chelsea, y'all. I am tired of Chelsea. She is the hot mess express of fucking emotions. I might put that on the shirt. I might. My husband wants me to. But I'm so fucking tired of her. I am. And it's like, girl, we want to like you, Chelsea. I like Mikey. I can't say he's perfect, but I don't have like the, oh no, he's going to do her dirty. Chelsea kind of reminds me of how Andrea and Lamar were from season 1 and also from Life After Lockup. Like, Lamar, when he was doing right, Andrea just could not accept that shit for nothing. The crazy Mormon lady, y'all, I'm trying to tell you. But Chelsea kind of seems the same. Like, Mikey's doing right, he's there, and she's just finding stuff to complain about. I don't get that. Like, if you got a man and he's doing right, he's interested in you, being patient, like, why are you going to make problems at every moment? Don't do that. Moving on, the next couple, you guys, that we are going to go over will be Sheree and Anthony. They are absolutely insane. I can definitely say that. So Anthony, in my opinion, since he's gotten out, he seemed like he's just not really that interested in Sheree. And I don't blame him. She seems materialistic. She seems shallow as hell. She also seems like a stereotype, but I'm not going to get too much into that. I don't really care too much for Sheree. So we meet Sheree's friend, Sunny, who she worked with. I guess she was a bottle girl at one time, which doesn't surprise me based on how these girls act. And they're prepping for the party that she's throwing for Anthony, the welcome home party that she says is for Anthony. But we know that the real reason she's throwing this welcome home party is because she wants to make her baby daddy jealous because her man is finally free. This is also the couple, for those who need a reminder, who lied to their friends and family because when they wanted to get married, he was not fully divorced yet because he's in jail. So they weren't able to get married and they just never tried again. So her solution to this shit was to make a fake marriage certificate. Listen, I cannot with making a fake marriage certificate. I just can't. Like, that's weird because if you marry, your marriage certificate is low key like your birth certificate. Like, it's sitting in my closet with my other, personal docs. Like, it's just sitting. Like, I don't use that stuff. The birth certificate sits with the social and the fucking passport, the important documents that are too important to keep with you like 24/7 that you also, need to know where they're at any random moment, that type of shit. Anywho, We find out that this dumb broad is spending $5,000, 5 stacks, 5 bands, whatever the hell the terminology of slang you use wherever you are at. Apologies, it got hot as hell in here. I had to turn off the heater. But she spent $5,000 on his welcome home party. As this man, you just made him a resume, right? Wouldn't it be smarter to take $5,000? I know in California, $5,000 can get you into a trade school, cover your tools to like go to school for something like music engineering, you know, it might cover you to get your real estate license. Like, she chooses to spend $5,000 on a party in a city in New York nobody knows and nobody wants to be at. All based on a lie, because they're not even like the full couple that they say that they are. Anywho, I just 5K if you have really good credit, that could be, you could be almost halfway to a down payment on a house. Like, she's just stupid. She could have bought him a car, something that lasts, not a party. She's hella materialistic, and people like her, I'm sorry, they don't usually go far, and they struggle to find genuine like relationships outside of friendships, because honey, you can't be that materialistic at home with your spouse. That's all I'm saying. But she'll learn. She will learn. It's always the chicks that want to be married, we're willing to make a marriage certificate, more focused on the wedding than they are the actual root and foundation of the relationship that do what Sheree does. I just cannot with her. So basically, she has paid for, and I'm seeing that the party is just coming from unnecessary costs. So she had the venue. It looked like a little local spot, you know, in the city. We have those here. I'm sure they're everywhere. And it looked like she had a DJ that he didn't look too expensive the way he was just sitting there. I don't know what the hell kind of DJ. He had to be a family friend. So I'm like, okay, the party didn't cost that much. And now I start seeing like, oh, you getting your makeup done. You bought an outfit for this. You got a hairstylist that's come. And I'm just like, crack it up, because the cameraman is petty as hell with wetv. Because I saw y'all zooming in on they messed up lace of their wigs. I saw y'all zooming in. Y'all like, it looks good from afar, but wait till you get up close. I see. I'm cracking up at the cameraman because they gonna catch it. And this is why it's like, I know I don't wear wigs, you guys. I usually wear braids, or I'll wear my hair out because I have hair. But you know, I feel like my friends that wear wigs will get like the little makeup pencil to blend the wig with like their face and whatnot, so that if this camera zoomed in, it wouldn't look that bad. But I don't know. My friends have cosmetology degrees, so most of them. So that's actually cool. Anywho, they call Anthony while she's with her friends getting ready for the party, because it's 40 minutes before they're supposed to get to the party. I don't know why she scheduled the party to start so late. And the reason I say that is because Anthony got permission from his PO to go to this party. But Anthony can only be at the party until 1 o'clock in the morning, not 1:10, not 1:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And if he break that, then his PO's going to send his ass back to jail. That's just what they do. So she's saying they have to leave in 40 minutes. When she says this, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, so you really spent $5,000 on a party he can only be at for like, if it's 9 o'clock, you got to wait for him to get there. You got 40 minutes to get to the event. That means you probably won't get to the event till like 11. And he has to leave the event that's supposed to be for him at 12 if he wants to get home on time by 1. So I'm just like, what the hell is she doing? Like, she could have started that party sooner. Like, everybody know, Black people, Hispanic people, it don't matter if it's daytime, nighttime. If you with your people and it's a gathering, you can party. It don't matter if it's 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock, don't matter. My dad got married at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We partied from like 2:30 into the night. Like, it don't matter. But, you know, from the day, we like to party here. Anywho, so basically, she goes off. Anthony's not answering the phone for her. He's been tired of this girl. Like, he seems genuinely irritated with Sheree most of the time. Like, he's just very quiet, but you can tell he's irritated with her. But he's like, the bitch that held me down. She give me some ass. I like her son. Like, you can tell he seems like, but he does seem emotionally disconnected, which concerns me. So she goes the hell off because he's not answering the phone. And this petty girl says that her solution to him not answering the phone is to call his phone and lie, talk about his best friend not going to be able to come, and upset him because he didn't answer the phone. That is so childish. Like, I really hope Sheree did that for TV. Sheree, if you're watching this, I hope you did that for TV, girl, because you're looking like you're the reason you have to look in a prison to find a man. Because your baby daddy looked great. I'm like, why didn't that work out? Because her baby daddy, when we see him in this episode, he was respectful. He spoke with sense. You know, he cares and is present in his son's life. So I'm like, I wonder why she couldn't make it work with her baby daddy. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but I think that Sheree might have been the problem. I think that she might be problematic and doesn't realize it. And I think she thinks her assets are enough to, get her through things, and they are not. So, anywho, at 9:30, they go to the party. I made sure to write down the time because I felt like that was weird and late because he has to leave you guys at 1 a.m. And he is not happy at the party because none of his friends come. I'm like, I have been there actually where I've had events and nobody showed up. Or like when I have events, I have to kind of like remind my friends or like push them just so they'll show up. That's happened to me in the past. Honey, those people are gone. I don't have time. And anybody who's still around gets a different energy from me. They're, oh, you're not inviting me? Oh, you didn't remind me? No. If you want to be somewhere, you're going to be somewhere. So that's how I feel about Anthony's friends. If there's your friends, they would have made it. But at the same time, do your friends not like her or something? Because she's planned this party for months, y'all. So I'm like, that's just a weird thing. So he's upset about his friends not coming. And honestly, I can't blame him for any of it. Just remember, he didn't even want the party. He told Sheree, I don't want the party. I don't want it. And she still did it anyway. And I just thought that was selfish because she wants to show him off to, her baby daddy. So speaking of the baby daddy, Anthony then notices the baby daddy after he walks in and is mad about, her, his friends being there. So the baby daddy and Anthony, they go and talk, and the baby daddy's name is Rich, and he seems to respect Sheree's choice to be in a relationship. He seems like he's not interested in dating her. Like, he gonna talk his shit, but I don't think he's interested. I know you ignorant heifers in your brain, but like, that's the baby daddy, because he always gonna be interested. No, if he was really interested, you'd be more than just a baby mama. That's how I feel. But yeah, they have a respectful conversation, which I like to see two grown adults talking. It's like, if you're not together, there should be no issue. This man just got out of jail. He don't have no charges related to kids, so he should be able to be around a little boy with no issue. So, I was glad to see them talk. So it was a good conversation, but Sheree's hovering made me nervous because I know it could have went to a place that it didn't need to go. This is just your friendly pause throughout the live. If you would love to subscribe to Also Best channel, the reason I'm doing this is because he does have an EP coming out. I do promo for artists, so we just let people know, pop in, things of that nature. And the cover art behind me is his EP, so shout out to him, and Be Money, Be Manifested. Anywho's, moving it along. Everything goes good, and she acts happy that everything went well with her baby daddy and Anthony. So I know I was seeing some people are like, okay, well, why would she be happy that they got along if she wanted like Anthony, like she wanted him there on a negative thing, but she wants to prove to her baby daddy that he's like a good, mature dude. So she probably really was happy that it went well, but Sheree's petty. I don't like women like her at all. She's petty and childish, and in my opinion, focused on the wrong things when it comes to relationships. I'm not making a prejudgment on this woman's whole life. I'm just talking about the relationship part. Anyhow, after he talks to Sheree's baby daddy, Rich, Anthony says he wants to go home because he has a 1 a.m. curfew, and I was glad that he did that. She looks let down, like, oh, well, girl. He exposes that they're not married at the party before leaving and gives her the ring that he bought her and tries to do it as like a engagement thing. I cannot take them serious as a couple. There's a lot of lies. Why would you lie to your family about being married? that's and now if they had like a super religious family, or if they had, family, even if it's their morals, ethics, beliefs, fine. But to just lie about being married when your family wouldn't have cared if you was or wasn't, to me, just seems whack, or like something y'all just did for a storyline. Sheree and Anthony, please don't bring them back, WeTV. I don't care for this couple at all. Anywho, his family's really upset about the lie when they find out that the marriage isn't real. And we're going to see what happens, because he has 15 minutes to his curfew and he was still at the party. And I can't even blame him, because he's just trying to comply with this person who held him down. At the same time, though, if you know your curfew, I would have had an Uber on standby. That bitch wouldn't have stopped me. You're not going to get me in trouble because you want to show me off to a bunch of people I don't know. Sheree annoys the crap out of me, y'all. Anywho, for those who are still watching if you are watching our live recap, meaning you are watching this after I'm no longer live, I appreciate you. Be sure to like the video if you could, but I do appreciate you, D3ST, for watching. My channel is new. We are trying to improve. We went from no P to 720 to 4K to being able to have background. So we're trying to change and do a lot of things. So do me a favor, like the video, because the algorithm likes it. So the next couple we're going to talk about, because Sheree and Anthony were a lot. We just talked about them for like a solid 15 minutes, just the one couple. But we're going to go into Joy Nomi and Red. Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. Where do I begin, God? Okay. Shout out to My Thoughts. It's a channel on YouTube. I watch her. She's extremely funny. I like her commentary on things. She calls Joy Nomi Joy No, because this girl is just a no. And I love that. I think it's the cutest thing. Anywho, Joy Nomi and Red, we see that he has gotten out. He's gone to eat with his family last week at the Catfish Kettle, which sounded really good. And he basically has Joy. They're driving with his mom back to the house. And he goes into the house, Red, with his mama, and Joy stays in the car because she's been a bitch to his family and probably doesn't want to be around them no more. And when he goes into his mama's house, his mama tells him to make it quick. Like, she wants to figure out what's really good with this relationship and talk to her kid in private. And she asked him if he really wants to go to New Mexico. I am not trying to disrespect New Mexico. I know they have beautiful sunrises, hot air balloons. And there's some areas that are good, but economically, if you look up that state, and I'm kind of a nerd into statistics, like shout out to World According to Brits. But yeah, there's nothing in New Mexico. There's not jobs. There's not a good economy. There's a lot of crime, and your car probably gets stolen if you go to Albuquerque, but it's not, I'm not saying that it's just all bad, like it's dangerous, but there's not enough of a strength to the economy there for someone to say, hey, I'm going to leave where I'm at now and go to New Mexico, especially someone in Missouri. Because I know Missouri, especially St. Louis, is segregated. My mom's from East St. Louis, which is over the water in Illinois, but it is near St. Louis. And she always talked about how segregated and different it is there. So, I don't understand why the fuck Red wants to move to New Mexico, but Joy said, I ain't coming to St. Louis, and I don't blame her for that either, especially for her son. So, his mom is asking him these things, and he's giving his mom like the kosher answer that everyone gives their parents. Like, even if your spouse is irritating you, you're not going to most people aren't just going to put that on their parents, because all it takes is us complaining to our parents one time when our spouses have irritated us, and then they could hate them forever. I complained to my husband once 14 years ago, and 14 years later, my mama still be tripping on him. I'm like, dang. Like, complained once. Anywho, so, I appreciated his mom for asking the questions, and I like how she does things, like compared to other parents who've been on Love After Lockup series. Like, she tried to be respectful. She talked to Joy. She spoke to him, but she does it in a respectful way. I could tell his mom understands, which his sister doesn't get. Like, we got to just leave him alone, because this ain't going to last. Listen, the people watching the TV screen who don't know them know that this is not going to last. Everybody knows that Joy Nomi and Red ain't going to last, and they're not together. They are not together. Apparently, he's been on TikTok showing that he with other people. And through this episode, we see why. So after they talk, the mom says something that I thought about. Joynomi's focused on getting this man the hell out of the state and back to her house so bad that she's not giving him time to switch his ID. His mom is like, what about your driver's license? I thought you'd at least stay for a day or two for that, but you just trying to get to the coochie. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. And I think he wants it because I think he knows I'm about to talk shit, y'all. Joynomi in the Bay Area, we called her when I was younger a bop, a thought. And not in the, I'm sexually liberated, that's good kind of way. When you get to sleeping with so many people that you don't know who the father of your child is, as a woman, that's not okay. And to me, that makes you a hoe because I would remember who nuts in me. Sorry, TMI. But my videos are not set for anybody under 18 to watch. So if you are watching this and you under 18, see your way out because I'm grown, so I can say these things. But how do you not know who comes in you? This is a fact. How do you not know? You should absolutely be able to keep a log of who has came in you and when, and you should know when you ovulate and all of these things. If you are someone who's promiscuous, you can do it. You just got to do it in the correct way. Joy is crazy. So I think he knew that she, twirled that thing on a couple of people, and he want to see what it's like. He wants to know because there's no other reason they should be together. There's just no other reason. So basically they go to a bar. Well, they go to their hotel, and hotels usually have bars in it. And he wants to go to the bar. Every time we've watched Love After Lockup, y'all know whenever we see these inmates get out, the ones that are so concerned about getting to the bar, having money, having a drink, going to the casino, they're either not ready for a relationship or they're headed right back to the jailhouse. That's usually how it goes. So I'm like, okay. But then they go to the bar and I was dying laughing because I said, Joy, then they had the same drink. Her drink was gone. His drink was still full. I said, dang, you out-drunk this man. I'm wondering if she chugged the drink because she was nervous, but you shouldn't have to drink to have sex with your partner. Just a thought. Anywho, all right. Again, this is my disclaimer because I don't want children hearing things or me corrupting the minds of anybody. So if you are under the age of 18, I leave the video now because we're going to talk about things that people over 18 talk about. Okay? So please leave my channel if you are not 18 right now because I'm not trying to get in trouble. All right? So Joynomi and Red get to kissing and they're licking on each other and they talk about how they want to get busy. And I'm like, my husband said to me when I was watching this, he was like, I need to record your reactions when you're watching this and put it online so people can see. And I know people do the live TV reactions. I'm thinking of doing that, watching episodes live sometimes with subscribers, but I'm just not there yet. But apparently my reactions were that bad. It's just nasty. I don't know. I'm not attracted to Red. And I feel like Joynomi is okay, but her eyebrows would stress me out to keep me focused, to be intimate with her. I don't know. Something about them kissing was grossing me out while watching this. It was nasty. I understand tongue kissing, but it was just nasty the way that they did it. I don't know. You can sense their sexual pheromones and energy through the TV, and it bothered me. So anywho, after she took her drink down in one sip and, he took a while, they don't even let us onto the elevator. And we know Love After Lockup is telling them hey, kick us out because you guys are about to go have sex, So he didn't even let them up the elevator and their mics are still on. So we just hear all the wetness from their lips. And I don't like that. Then we found out he had wetness on his lip because he says that he gave Joynomi oral sex for 2 hours. Let me say this, and I don't care. Y'all can at me. Y'all can argue me down in the comments. I don't give a damn because my sex life is great. If a motherfucker is able to go down on you for 2 hours, he's not doing it right. I understand enjoying getting head for a little bit of time. It's like, okay, all right, I can do this a few times, but 2 hours of consistent head, you was just jabbed down between Joynomi's thighs, just having dinner, dessert, and an appetizer. Like, why did we need to know that? I feel like they either had really bad sex or something awkward happened, because I was like, usually when people are like, yeah, I got the biggest dick, or yeah, girl, I made him come so fast. Like, oh yeah, he didn't know what to do. Oh yeah, I had that bitch tripping. Like, nah, usually that's when the sex ain't all that good. Because if it's good, don't talk about it. Or you shouldn't be able to talk about it because you sleep. Just a thought, just a thought. So, I'm going to leave that there. The next thing we see is Red go to get his locks twisted, and his hair, his locks and Shaw's cracking up because she was looking at his phone like, does she know that you about to call? He's like, oh, no, that's my bestie. That's my bestie. No. I've had male best friends. They just your friend. Whenever a nigga start talking about you, they bestie, you they friend, he wants to do things to your private part. So he calls this woman Julie, who had makeup on that made her look like a ghost almost. I was like, what is going on? Anywho, he called his friend Julie, and he claims that this is a friend before prison, says she sent money, but she shows him her outfit and body, and the hairstylist is like me, like, boy. So obviously, Red is not faithful to Joynomi, and normally I'd be like, you dirty dog, but she has cheated on him first because she says she was lonely. Mind you, she chose to date a man in prison, so you don't get to cry about being lonely as women who just get their dudes stripped away. My husband went to jail for a day and a half. It felt like 5 days. Shit. I was like, no, come back. I was like, who do I pay? You want a check? You want a card? Who do I pay? He doesn't belong in jail. Mr. Best does not belong in jail. I am that female though. I've had exes go to jail, and they've actually talked to me about that. You didn't hold me down. You didn't write me letters. You didn't do shit. Mr. Best goes to jail, and I'm like, who will take my money? Just give them back. Give them back. Damn Santa Rita. Anywho, moving it along. That's all we get for Joynomi and Red. I'm sure we'll see when she finds out he's cheating. And I hope he don't move to New Mexico. I hope his parents can help him come back and stuff, because it's just not a place you want to be. Like, what the fuck is there? Moving it along, we're going to discuss Brittany and Karak, our youngest couple of the show. Yay to that. Apologies, y'all. My stuff is everywhere. Anywho, we see to Karak, for those who are unsure, Karak is trans. Karak was born a woman, but wants to be a man. Regardless on anybody's beliefs, my channel is not the place that I'm interested in your political beliefs. I'm not interested in your religious beliefs. No shade. I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. Mrs. Best does not care. I could give a flying fuck. I got my own beliefs, and that's all I'm concerned about. And this is not the place to discuss them or battle each other in the comments over that. But I will be respectful in what pronouns or whatever the fuck people choose and want to be called. I don't care. As long as it's he or she, I don't do that they or them shit. I don't get that. But Karak wants to be a man, so I have no problem. I will be referring to him as he. So yeah. Anywho, Karak is taking the testosterone shots because when you're transitioning, you go through this process. There's a medical process, a psychological process, the surgical process. There's a lot that goes into it. So Karak is in the process where he is taking testosterone shots, which from what I know medically, because I was a medical assistant at one time, and from what we know from on the show, the testosterone shots are what's helping his voice to be deeper, what's helping, to see different results when working out, to get rid of and lessen those breast tissues so that there's more pectoral muscles, all that shit. So that's what's happening with Karak. Now, Karak had in jail, the nurses in jail gave the shots. In this, we see Brittany has to give him the shot. And he says before the shot, he's clammy and not feeling well. And it's been a problem for him since he's been having to self-administer his shots. He also says he doesn't have insurance, so he has to pay for the shots. Listen, I don't know what they have in Virginia. That's where Karak and Brittany are. But in California, we got Medi-Cal and Obamacare. You can sign up if you lose insurance or have no insurance under certain circumstances. I've helped prisoners to do it because I had a friend who worked in insurance. So I'm like, why don't you just go sign up for some type of insurance or something, Karak? But I don't know that those type of insurances, the basic ones, will cover his transition. So, I don't know. So yes, Brittany give the shot, and I was nervous. When I was in nursing school, they told us they made us, because I'm a girl who used to wear acrylics. Like, I had a full set. Okay, y'all couldn't tell me shit. I had a full set. We went from oval to coffin to stiletto. I like different shapes. I like different colors. It's just what I do. I like to get my nails done. I'm a girl. So, when I went to nursing school, they explained, at least at my school, they said, you need to take those nails off. You can't learn how to give injections with the nails. They think that it's a hazard because not everybody can function well with nails, which is true. So Brittany has these long nails and she's trying to get the shot, and I'm looking, and she gave the shot really low. Like, shots like that should be given in subcutaneous tissue, for those who don't know, and that's usually up here, back here, the gluteal shot, that type of stuff. So she did not put that shot in the right place, and that could have been why he wasn't feeling well. But he gets through the night and he's feeling better. And Brittany is talking about how she wants to drop out of school. And she picked the perfect time to tell Karak she wants to drop out of school, because she is cooking a whole fucking omelet. I'm seeing hams and onions and you name it. She's cooking like a whole spread of breakfast. Like, and she's young. She's only 22. So in her mind, she's just like, I'm going to cook every day. When I was 18 to 24, I probably cooked for my husband like as often as I could. At 31, that nigga is going to eat something, but that something may not be cooked by me. But I do cook a lot, but it's just like, I have no shame saying no. So Brittany's in that stage where she wants to cook and do all the extra stuff. It's cute or whatever, but why do you want to drop out of school? And Karak is not with it, and I support that. True story. There was a time I genuinely wanted to drop out of school and considered it, because I'm like, I have management background. I got this license, that I could go work at nurse. I don't need, but my husband talked me into continuing it, and now I have my degree. I think that your partner should absolutely, apologies for the lighting, you guys. It's getting sunny, then not sunny. It's crazy. But your spouse should support you. Your spouse should push you to do the things that matter. Sometimes not always the things that you want to do. It's just how it goes. So Karak is against it. And we find out that Karak paid for Brittany's school. He paid for Brittany's school. Why the fuck would her ass think that he wants her to drop out of what he's paid for? Why can't she finish school? So she goes to quit school, and when she's explaining it to her teacher, one of her peers, one of the students at the school, starts crying because this woman says she has 4 kids, had her first to 16, has no help for family or anything like that, and wants to give up because she works a full-time job. She still makes it to school. And honestly, at one time I worked them into school, and even though I wanted to quit, I still did it. I think that most college students can agree that it's just like Finding Nemo. Y'all know I'm a huge Disney fan. When it comes to college and getting through, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep fucking doing it. And eventually you'll get to your last assignment. Speaking of which, I just got my last assignment, my final paper. I got an A+, a perfect score on my little psychological paper on racial inequality in America. So thank you to me. Yay, 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 yay. That is the last I was waiting on to grade, and then they can send me my shit. Send me the degree. Anywho, Brittany's quitting school, and cosmetology school is so much shorter than regular school. So I'm just like, come on. What is this, Brittany? So her peer, the girl cries, like, you spoiled. You talking about you want to quit school because you can't work full time and do this. You want to be a wife. She's like, I got to be a wife to my man, take care of my 4 kids, come to school and go to work. I respect it, because that's true. I had to do that in nursing school, work full time and go to school full time. There's like not enough hours in the day. It almost broke me. I'm trying to tell you, it almost did, but you got to keep doing it. So, they drive home and Karak's trying to understand why she's not going to school. And in Brittany's mind, she doesn't want to go to school because she wants to give her time to Karak so she could be a housewife. First of all, I'm sorry. Please don't cancel me. That ain't a real man. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that Karak is not going to be able to provide, but Karak quite literally ain't a real man. He is transitioning from female. And from what I'm seeing, he's not very far along in it. He's still taking testosterone shots. He has no insurance. He has to achieve all of these types of things. He hasn't found a job. He just barely got signed up for probation. And you want to quit school so you can stay at home? How's he going to support you? Give him time. You're not allowing him to become the man that he wants to be through this transition because you want to have babies. And then you also not giving him time to just get his life together. I can see she's excited, but I think she's making a terrible decision with school. I think that she's very immature and I think it's starting to show, but she's not like crazy. So I think with time she will learn. So moving it along, the next couple we're going to discuss in the final couple of the episode is Louis and Melissa. So this will be quick. The last episode, he went to a dentist because Louis has about 5 teeth, he says. And, the dentist told him you can get implants and all of that done, $35,000. Or you can get dentures, $4,000. Melissa has this shallow thing as if her face is one that's super pleasant to fucking wake up with. Listen, I know there's somebody for everyone, but I look at Melissa and I'm like, girl, you got some nerve tripping on him and how he's going to look at dentures, calling it grandpa teeth. You're not really in love, because if you were really in love, it doesn't matter if he has dentures or not. It doesn't. She's weird. So not much happened. I'm looking at my notes, you guys. It's like, okay, she doesn't want to she wants Louis, if he gets dentures, to wake up before her and have them in his mouth before she's awake, which is catty, petty, childish, and stupid. She drops Louis off at his mama house, Crazy Donna, because it is their last day together. And she doesn't want to go in to see Donna. She does not want to say goodbye to Donna. And I don't blame her. Louis' mom is a lot. She's a lot, y'all. She's legit a lot. Like, I'm just here to talk shit about the episode, keeping it 100. But Louis' mom, like, the psychological nerd in me wants to, like, do a whole evaluation on her. She's fascinating to me. And I don't know why she keeps expecting them to eat dry pasta. Who the hell just cooks noodles? And then says here. Now, I do have some friends on the East Coast, actually, who are Italian. And some of them do, have the noodles separate. And then you could put the sauce and the meatball, all that over it. That I understand, but she just be expecting them to eat dry noodles. Donna is funny as hell with her wooden spatula. I love Louis' mom. She's funny as hell. So she comes out and, she talks a little shit to Melissa as always. And then, Melissa leaves, goes back to New Jersey because Louis is going to be, with his mom for a few months until he can transfer to New Jersey to be with Melissa. And, they talk and, Donna starts crying and it starts to make sense. She's like, I moved down here to be closer to you and now you're going to leave. And I'm like, Donna, now if this lady really left, if Louis' mom really left like family, friends, people that can keep her occupied and away from Melissa, if she really left all of that just to be near her son, listen, I know some people will say that's a big gesture, but that's an unhealthy connection, in my opinion. I understand you want to be near your child and do everything you can, but that boy was in prison. And it's probably hard for her to travel, between states from, Jersey to Georgia, which is not that far. But for an older woman, that is a lot. That's a lot. Like my Nana, shout out to my Nana. I hope she don't watch this. She'd probably be like, oh my God, your mouth. But, now that she's older, like once she got past 75, now like just to do little things is a task. So it's harder. It's definitely harder. So, I can understand that. But also, Donna, no one told you to move down there with him. You could have stayed, where you were. So, it is what it is. I still stand by what I stand by. I think Donna's nuts. I'm still going to call her Crazy Donna, but I think that she loves the shit out of her child. And I think that if she got her emotions under control, she could be his greatest ally. But if you left Jersey to come down there only for him, then you can go back to Jersey. Like I always say, my husband and me are considering moving out of California for a little bit. We're from the Bay Area, but I can always come back home. My daddy will let me sleep in his house. So will my nana. So I can always come back home. So that's the good thing. I have a feeling Crazy Donna gonna follow Louis to New Jersey when he go. If it works or if he stays, she'll be in New Jersey with Louis. You better believe Donna's going wherever the hell Louis goes. And I think that Melissa, to some extent, understands that. So she's like, I'm going to just limit my interactions. I'm like, oh, my God, my Lord, my Lord. Anywho, that is all that happened in this episode, you guys. There is not much. I felt like this was a really, really long episode, but I don't feel like it needed the whole hour and 30 minutes that they always like to give, if that makes any sense. But I'm enjoying this season. It looks like we are going to be stuck. I saw someone in the Facebook group. It looks like comment because they're like, are we really going to have to watch Love After Lockup until December? Because they're advertising that that's when Life After Lockup comes on. And, you know, they do like to put this on back to back. But, you know, at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's too long to be on TV. It's been on TV for months, but I've enjoyed the season. Anywho, you guys, the next live recap that we are going to have for Love After Lockup will be next week. It will be on Saturday. Apologies for this week. I am normally, if you go look at my little history, on time. We are here every single Saturday for Love After Lockup. So we will be back next week at 11 a.m. on Saturday. If you're watching our live replay of this live recap, then thank you for watching. There will be another one of these for you to watch next week. You don't have to tune in when we're live. You can watch afterward. After that, we will have a recap on Tuesday for the family Chantel. We're going to be recapping the final chapter. That's going to be a hot mess. And then we will also be going over some things with James. And then we have our basketball wives, our song reviews, and our music video reviews. So I appreciate everybody for watching my channel. I appreciate everybody for subscribing. I am trying to build from the beginning. I haven't even been doing this a year yet. So I appreciate all who support my journey, as always, because my channel is highly dedicated to music and song reviews. We are going to end our live listening to some music, as we always do. So since he has an EP coming out and has been extremely supportive of me, we will give a watch to Also Best Video 3 BZs featuring IGK Chrome and JLB Music. You guys enjoyed the rest of Sunday.
Especially my boo. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah. Hello, hello. Hello. It's oh so bad. I need three BZs that look is unique. With Mr. Hustle, so my hand a freak. Can whip it up like a chef, cause I be eating meat eater or vegan. Yes, I need only three BZs that look is unique. With Mr. Hustle, so my hand a freak. Can whip it up like a chef, cause I be eating meat eater or vegan. Shit, gotcha.
Hey, I need 3 BZs by my side, cause I make this shit look easy. I'm from the CPT, so rest in peace, easy. And Mac DRE, back to the Bay, breathe. Hey, we get high for you on the beat uniquely. And if you ain't getting to the money, ain't no way we linking. If there's something in your cup to show me what you're drinking, I can never be for niggas, I'ma turn vegan. I need a freak with the pedicure toes, her hair dead, with the dress that be making her whole and making her dance. She all about the guala the band, so she for sure hit the pole, hella shaking some ass, she do it slow. I'm in my section with bottles and models, I brought my woes. The hundreds keep on piling and piling up on the floor. Little baby, I'm a ghetto king, I thought you should know. Little baby, I'm a ghetto king, I thought you should know.
I need three BZs that look is unique. Look, Mrs. Hustler, smart and a freak. Can whip it up like a chef, cause I be eating meat eater or vegan. Yes, I need three. Three busy, that look is unique. Look, Mrs. Hustler, smart and a freak. Can whip it up like a chef, cause I be eating meat eater or vegan.
Yeah.
Shit, that's
Whip it up like a chef, then I smoke 3 bleezies. Stir the pot up, I had to serve 3 vegans from the valley to Oakland. It's the inferno season. JLBIGK and Oso, we the reason. Eat it up, she either a vegan or a meat eater. How you gonna snooze on us 3? You a big sleeper, triple threat cooking the beef. We got big heaters. I don't know how she got my phone, bitch. I'm at the delete a freak, bet it over and just back that ass up. I need a freak on the double. I'm at to drop this cash app. Eating a little different. I'm really munching on plant based. She needed more nutrients. Tell Beezy give me good face. Hey, from Oakland to the valley, really going crazy. Every day is a battle. Punk rock shit. I be jamming the metal. We need 3 bad Beezies that can match your level.
I need 3. Look, Mrs. Hustler, smart and a freak. Meat eater or vegan. Yes, I need 3.